The Queen of Water, 2011, a young adult novel by Laura Resau, follows the story of a young girl taken into slavery, embarking on a journey of self-discovery in Ecuador. The book, co-authored with Maria Virginia Farinango and based on a true story, has received widespread acclaim for its universal appeal, especially for those searching for their place in the world. Originally conceived as non-fiction, Resau chose to fictionalize the narrative for better flow and to make it more engaging for teen readers. The novel was a finalist for the 2012 Colorado Book Award for Young Adult Literature. Set in rural Ecuador during the 1980s, when mestizo elites held power over the native population, the story centers on Virginia, born into poverty in a rural village. At the age of 7, her parents, struggling to make ends meet, send her away to work as a servant and nanny for a mestizo family in a nearby town. Though apprehensive about leaving, Virginia is relieved to escape her violent alcoholic father. She is told she will be able to visit her family, especially her mother, once a month, yet soon discovers this is a false promise. Virginia moves in with Carlitos and his wife, Romelia. She must call Carlitos Nino and Romelia Doctorita to reflect their higher social status. From the moment she arrives, Virginia is expected to cook, clean, and care for the family, including the baby, Jaimito. She faces frequent physical punishment from Romelia for any perceived failure, resulting in severe bruises and nosebleeds. Initially confined to the house, Virginia is eventually allowed out for errands, but she soon realizes that she will never return home or be paid for her work. Too young to leave, she begins to show signs of defiance in small ways. When Dr. Rita notices, Virginia faces further punishment. One day, she asks if she could go to college and build a career, but Dr. Rita harshly dismisses the idea, asserting that Virginia doesn't need skills for her role as a servant. As Virginia grows older, she becomes increasingly defiant, but both Dr. Rita and Nino remind her that her family will only sell her to another household if she tries to leave. Feeling trapped, Virginia doesn't know how to escape. However, Nino shows more sympathy for her situation. He eventually gives in to her persistent requests and teaches her how to read. Her love for a detective TV show sparks an idea. She could use reading as a way to break free. Secretly, she reads Dr. Rita's books, mastering them enough to complete the assignments Dr. Rita gives her own students. By chance, Virginia meets her sister Matilde, who inspires her to leave the mestizos for good. Though the decision is difficult after years of living with them, and with an uncertain future ahead, the constant abuse she suffers as a teenager becomes unbearable. With determination, Virginia moves forward with her plan to escape. When she returns to her family, her homecoming is not as smooth as she had imagined. She no longer feels fully connected to her indigenous roots, yet she can never be mestizo. Lacking education, skills, or qualifications, Virginia is unsure of her future. She also grapples with anger and confusion, unable to understand why her parents gave her away, no matter how poor they were. Virginia's struggles persist until she learns more about her childhood and, through her parents' stories, gains insight into their lives when they were young. She comes to understand that, for them, sending her away was the only option they saw, and they believed it was the best thing for her. With this newfound understanding, Virginia reconciles with her family and begins to plan her future. Despite enduring years of overwhelming, cruel, and exhausting circumstances, Virginia ultimately triumphs, finding fulfillment and hope. The Queen of Water is a work of fiction, but its raw depictions of abuse are unflinching, which may be difficult for more sensitive readers. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe.